were laying it up. You were laying it up. Yeah.
Well, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Shane Davis.
And I am Brandon Fountain. And Shane, tell them who we are.
We're the Control Burn.
That's it. That's us. You know what I almost did there? I don't know why. You ever just get urges to just
Drive off the road.
Something like that. Do you remember the New Age Outlaws?
Of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I almost hit him with that. But then I decided that wouldn't be the best thing to do.
You know, there's a whole generation of wrestling fans who have
no clue
who the Road Dogg Jesse James and the badass Billy Gunn is.
I'm just saying, if you're a true blue through and through, and I don't know why I needed to rhyme that, but I had to finish it.
You're on your Jesse James right now.
I'm on my Jesse James right now. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I just channeled him. He's still alive and all, but
No, I will say, because I watch now all these old school guys are doing podcasts, and I've been seeing the Road Dogg. He looks like shit.
Don't watch Val Venus.
The badass Billy Gunn looks the same. He stayed in shape, bro. Yeah. But Road Dogg, he looks like a Road Dogg would.
Hold on. So, do you know about Val Venus's podcast?
No, I don't think so.
Val
Venus was the
hello, ladies.
Yeah. Okay, epic. You're rapist, but epic.
So imagine take a guess at what the subject matter of his podcast is. I'm gonna tell you, nothing to do with wrestling. Go.
Poo-tang?
I mean, that
was like his lane.
Poo-tang.
Yeah.
Sorry. No. So I don't know because I haven't watched all of it, but I can tell you that anybody that covers this particular topic I'm about to mention as in depth and as wildly as he has tells me that it's probably the theme of his podcast.
I thought he died. You're blowing my mind right now.
I think you're thinking of. Well, actually,
Val Venus.
I remember Val Venus is dead. I know he's not dead.
Well, if you're watching a podcast.
Well, here's the thing. Charlie Kirk, right?
Uh-huh.
He did a full breakdown, and here's the thing, bro.
On Val Venus?
I have to go back and watch it now because it fucked my mind up so bad that everything that he said and the videos that he showed made perfect sense. I've got to now go watch and make sure that that's not AI and he's not, being fed bad info. Because if so, I legitimately think he's onto something. Crazy enough. Anywho, so have you heard about, all the conspiracy theories with Charlie Kirk, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, anytime somebody dies, conspiracy theory, right? However, his has been made more popular because Candace Owens has just decided to go, far left. And I don't mean politically. I mean just woohoo, outer space, right? But she's, I guess, maintained that it was, he knew it was coming. He had a feeling it was coming and that it was an inside job kind of thing.
Right. I've heard, there's a million.
Well,
Eric is the handler.
Yeah, type shit, right. Well, so I didn't hear Val talk about any of Eric or Candace, but he absolutely believes that it wasn't the kid,
Right.
But then he showed a video that I was like, oh.
Val Venus.
It's the second time someone has mentioned this particular incident. So there's a guy in the crowd that I guess is one of Charlie's security guards, and he's in the crowd. Dog, he showed a video angle that, if it's unedited, I 100% believe it was him.
The kid?
No.
Oh, someone else.
The security guard guy. Okay. He said that, have you ever seen a palm pistol?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Round, has a weird trigger-like thing, but you basically just squeeze it and it shoots out between two fingers? Yeah. He's convinced that Charlie Kirk was assassinated with a palm pistol.
It doesn't seem like the caliber would work.
Here's the deal.
Here's the
deal. Right. You know me, I'm not, I'll entertain it, but I don't dive into it. I don't just well, that's it, and write it off.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to send it to you. You ought to watch it. It's crazy. It blows. It's so much so that he slowed it down and showed the guy's hand, showed him bracing the rail, showed before it and how he's sitting there, and then shows him brace the rail, turn his body, and then do his hand, and you can literally see the shockwave on his hand. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty crazy. I want to make sure it's not edited because I'm gonna feel real stupid if it is. But if it's not, wow. Maybe on something.
You watched me get boomered this morning on that bomber aircraft video.
Oh yeah. Here's the
dude. I watched it. I was like, oh, that's nasty. The 4 bombers pop out this thing.
You were on the road, or you would have caught that for sure. Because if you sit there and look at that with a steady eye, yeah.
Well, fuck, dude. What's wild is 6 months ago, there wasn't an AI video that dropped that I even I knew
They're getting better.
they're getting good, dude.
Did you see that one I sent you?
I don't know.
Me and you on Sora?
Yeah. No, that's funny. The Mario one? Yeah. That's
so
funny.
stupid.
Yeah. No, I haven't messed with that one in a minute. I need to. Because it is fun.
I haven't either. Only reason I pulled it up was because Jake, one of our customers, is in Hawaii.
Uh-huh.
And he's getting ready to head back. And so one of his partners has always been, not the biggest Brandon Fountain fan. But I told him a long time ago that I was going to make said partner love me. And now said partner loves me. And we talk a lot and we hang out a little bit.
Said partner?
Not that said partner. But that's the reason for it, though.
Right.
Because that, influence, circle of influence. Anywho. Moving right along.
No, so before we started recording, we already went down 2 paths. But you were trying to you were schooling me on.
We're gonna chase some squirrels today, brother.
Amigo,
Omegle,
like Smeagol, but Omegle, his cousin.
Omegle is an app so think of AOL chat rooms, right?
We're thinking that we're going back.
Well, right. Okay.
I'm just
putting your mind there.
AOL Instant Messenger?
Yeah, all right. So think of chat room.
You've got mail.
Think of random chat, but video. So you hit a button, you're on screen, a random person comes on the screen, you can, goodness gracious, you can talk to them.
No, my kids have been busted on something like this. Wasn't it called something else?
Well, there's a million different apps like it. Omegle was like the first, or I don't know if it was the first, but it was one of the most popular OG ones. Like, that's how Harry Mack got discovered.
Fuck's Harry Mack. Yeah, I'm not.
Cut. No, I'm just kidding. Harry Mack is probably the most popular, off the top freestyle rapper there is right now. White dude.
See, there's too much, bro.
He's the guy that you've seen his videos for sure. He tells people hey, can you give me 3 creative words to use in a freestyle for you? And then he lets people pick the words, and then he freestyles and uses those words. Super famous.
Is he the fast guy? I seen somebody was doing trying to be faster than the Godzilla verse.
Negative. I mean, he does
it sounds familiar that way.
He does some kind of sometimes he gets kind of quick with them, but yeah. Anywho, but so why are we talking about Omegle? I can't remember.
Because you were about to tell me all about it, but I guess you made it seem like it was a big long story, and then
I think there was something.
We just hit it in about 4 seconds. You were trying to tell me something that you maybe did on there, or
no, that wasn't it.
You brought it up. You brought it up.
Omegle. Yeah, I know. I just can't remember. There was a reason. That's gonna drive me nuts now. Oh well. What were we talking about before that?
Man, I don't fucking know.
Okay.
Welcome to the Control Burn. It's Wednesday.
Good to have y'all.
It's a very dreary, rainy, shitty day.
But for y'all, it's Friday.
And I think it's still raining.
Congratulations on your on your weekend.
Yeah, we made it, y'all.
We still got 2 more days to get to where y'all are right now. Think about that. Doesn't that blow your mind? Yeah.
No, it's already been a
Inception. No, I'm kidding.
outrageous week.
Hey, what do you think about Galactus joining us?
How'd you get that guy?
You gave it to me.
No, I strong-armed you into buying it, though.
Sure as hell did.
Well, when those dropped, they only gave when the Fantastic Four movie came out, it's the popcorn bucket, is the exclusive popcorn bucket. They only gave what they tell us like 5 per movie theater,
allegedly,
something crazy.
They probably sold us what they did, but that's all right. I can be sold sometimes.
Well, we went to 2 different spots. Yeah,
but we called a few.
Well, dude, I
Here's the
begged them to hold it.
Yeah, that one in Owasso.
Well, they were like $80-$90.
$85, Shane. I remember very. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not a trinket guy.
Because when we went to go buy them, I got it, and then you were like half paying attention, half in. And
Yeah, I
then
wasn't. I was looking
You
around.
were like, hold on, how much? And you were like, whoa. I was like, yeah, bro.
Well, I was just gonna flip it,
Hold on.
and then you know,
see.
it just never like. Here's the thing: they're worth money, but like they're
I think
selling
they're
for
sitting at like a couple hundred.
no, like $150 to $2. That's why I think that we got put together because you know if there was only 5 per theater, surely to God these would be more wanted. But I was gonna post it, but I kind of fell in love with it.
No, I mean, here's the thing.
I kind of like it, man.
Yeah, they're like $150. That's not as good as I figured they'd be at this point.
No,
but,
I know. No. You sure didn't because
You know-
you convinced me that they were going to be $400 or $500 right about now.
hey, dude,
I'm glad you did. I like it. Okay.
they're collectibles.
Plus,
and
he's one of my favorite characters in Marvel Snap. So
it's the coolest one I've got. I've got a bunch of them, and I mean, the Dune one is probably my favorite because
that's just because you like Dune,
Right.
It's not,
But
it's not as cool as that.
Well, and
it's cool.
It's kind of like a butthole. Like you got to put your hand down in.
You said it, not me.
It's better than butthole worms. Like that's I bet just regular old buttholes.
Definitely better than like sunning your perineum, or perineum.
Coitus.
Hey, that's how we got on the topic.
What? How did that lead you into?
No, I don't think that was actually.
Omegle.
I don't think it was. As soon as you said that, as soon as I said that, I was like, that's not how we got there.
hold on. I got one. Cunnilingus.
Yeah, right. All these are words that we probably can't say on YouTube. I don't know for sure. Yep, that's the confirmation beep.
Well, somebody's got to report it. There's a couple people like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
done.
bet that. Oh man, what an exciting, LOL, not really, week in Oklahoma cannabis.
There was I sent it to our group. OMMA sent out an email. Basically, there's some scammers out there that are sending.
Yeah, I saw it. I never read it.
It's basically don't get got. Don't click on external links. We're not gonna send you shit like that.
Obviously, yeah.
But they were sending it to processors and grows, like posing as OMMA, but saying your
pay
license
some
is
fine, yeah.
suspended or click here to take care of it. Like, and it's like a document tab. So if you see any weird OMMA emails that are telling you you're suspended, typically that's not how it works.
Yeah, you ought to know better. That ain't how it works.
Well, I wonder.
They just don't tell you, and then they show up. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. No, you find out submitting labs.
So went to the just a quick update because we went to the EAC meeting, Executive Advisory Committee at EAC.
It was pretty cool.
It was cool.
I forgot we did that. We haven't talked about that yet.
No, because it was this last Friday, right?
Yeah,
or Thursday or whatever.
Dude, it's been a long fucking week. Yeah, I forgot all about it. No, it was cool. It was different than like the open.
Pretty. Here's the thing, man. I guess I'm gonna be that guy. There's just some people in our industry that are just hell bent on ruining it for the rest of us. That's all I'm saying. It's not like anything crazy was said.
Right.
It's just that I wish people would think sometimes a little bit more than what they do. Like,
especially people in positions where they're actually being heard.
well,
That
especially.
was,
And I'm
I'm
not going
like-
to say names. Well, I will tell you this in other news that you don't even know this yet. There is a new. So you know how, for yins that don't know, surely you've heard us talk about the EAC. If you haven't, look it up, Google it. It's called the Executive Advisory Committee. It is led up by Adria Berry, who is the overseer or whatnot. Another person on OMMA.
Like a rep for OBN.
I think they're guests. I'm not sure. I don't think they're a part of it, but maybe they're going
There was
to become.
one there.
There was
but
two or three there, I think, from OBN.
They kept referring to the one, like where we were sitting, like the closest to
Yeah.
Adrian Berry to the left from like our position. They kept referring to him, which was very like PC comments. And, like he didn't dive into anything.
No. So they are. It's a committee that is basically formed to help OMMA with their rule writing as it pertains to the cannabis industry. The problem is they didn't pick a very good representative they didn't represent the cannabis industry very well.
Well, there's only 2, I believe, on the entire committee of how many?
Well, and I'm about to tell you even more news with that. So there's one seat that's still open because the restrictions that were put on that seat. So certain people got the ability to appoint somebody for that position. Governor Stitt appointed 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
And Speaker of the House did one, something else, right? So one of them had a requirement that this person has to have blah, 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 and live in a county of less than 25,000 people. They haven't been able to find anybody that fits all that criteria, so that seat's not full yet. But now there's another seat open because one of the people that were at that meeting were removed from the EAC.
No fucking way. I didn't hear this.
Yep.
Can you elaborate?
I mean, so I don't want to...
No, obviously don't name names, but was it like...
The one that we're the closest related to. The one that we know the best. So, they are no longer on that seat. So there is now a spot open on that will be substantially easier to fill. And it can be somebody from Tulsa because the person that we knew from that committee was a Tulsa business.
Why'd they get removed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming because they do. The whole point of this is to take a representation of every aspect of the state of Oklahoma, not just our industry, but every kind of other piece, right? But I would imagine if let's say you're on there, whoever you are, if you're under an investigation like the company that you actually own or represent, it would be tough to be on there. I mean, that makes sense. And you can say that without saying shit, but. It's I mean, it makes sense.
Remind me after this.
Yeah. No, I'm fucking curious.
Yeah, it's wild. I think that I'm not a super fan of how the industry is represented on that committee. I really hope that somebody else gets on there that is a better representation. I mean, I'm just going to say it. We need somebody we need a processor on there. I really feel like. Dude.
Well, there was. I told you that there was a comment made by one of them, just kind of like an offhand comment. It wasn't like an official statement, but he was basically like, they were talking about the THC limits in edibles, and he was like, maybe 100 is a small dose altogether, but. Over 10,000, nobody really needs that either. And just that insane comment, I'm like, but you don't know that. Like, we've all seen people who need thousands of milligrams for whatever the ailment is. Like, we've seen it. Like, the normal, regular person doesn't, right? Like, if I had 10,000, I'd be fucked for a month.
It's what bothers me, man. It's because,
but I'm not everybody. Like, I can't decide for everybody based on what would affect me. This isn't that kind of a thing. It's not Tylenol.
It's crazy for anybody to make that statement and not know.
But be on a fucking board.
It's even crazier to own a cannabis business, especially, a dispensary, and say that. It's wild. I don't understand it. It shows me how disconnected.
It's just right. That's been our biggest problem throughout every step of this is the disconnection across the board.
We need somebody like a modern cannabis.
Well, I was going to literally, my head was going, I don't want to say his name.
We need somebody like that on that board, right?
Somebody educated.
To get a Jay Wood, to get a Jake, to get a Connor, or somebody from one of these bigger processors. And I'm not name dropping them specifically. That was the only 3 that came to my head.
Well, because we've heard them say things that that would rebuttal a lot of these really fast, really easy, professionally, and actually have some knowledge behind it, not just saying random shit based on how you feel.
I would love to see a lab on there, but as important as I think that should be, I think a lab. If it was only one position, I don't think even a lab could represent the industry as well as like a processor would.
No, I agree with that.
I'd love to see a lab on there. Don't get me wrong.
It'd be a good perspective to have.
I wish they would open. It would make the most sense, right? Because you have the processing brain and the grower, like I'm going to say in a sense, processors, growers, and dispensaries all have like a similar mindset about things, mainly processors, growers.
Right.
Then you have like the dispensaries, who I would probably put more aligned with a lab, I guess, in a sense. But you really need that kind of yin to yang on there. You know what's crazy to me? The sheriff that's on there.
He seemed very like
that dude,
willing to learn.
What a great sheriff Oklahoma County has, if that's how he handles everything that pertains to sheriffing in Oklahoma City.
Well, he wasn't scared to ask questions.
The guy is
like whether they were
very friendly,
dude.
Very much not the normal cop complex that you get, right?
Right.
And I'm not talking shit about cops. I've got cops in my family. I've got cops that are friends. I've got cops that are very close friends. It's just, it comes with the territory, right? If you're an officer, there's a good chance that you are going to develop this, I would call a personality flaw, right? Where you're just going to sometimes assume the worst all the time.
Right.
I understand why it happens. If I were a cop, I can guarantee you I would probably be one of those assholes.
Well, you're in a heightened sense of alertness.
I get that way now, right?
Right.
But you see the absolute worst in people. You, a lot of times when you go in assuming that it's, not as bad as it is, it's 10 times worse, and you get a lot of shell shock. You know what I mean? Like, so I get it. I'm not making excuses. I think that, you shouldn't be that way, But
well, dude, and if
that guy's incredible, man. Like he's an absolute gem of a human to talk to. He's well kept, well dressed, well represented. He's not afraid to learn. He doesn't seem closed minded at all. Like,
no, he wants to understand what the problems are.
He genuinely seems like he wants to understand about cannabis, and you gotta appreciate that, right? Like, it's like, and I'm not taking up for Gettner Drummond, but he's real in a sense of, and I'm gonna get cooked for this, but the guy is morally against cannabis, and I'm okay with that. I understand it. As long as you morally being okay with it doesn't trample on everybody else's right, then that's fine, okay? I'm morally against a lot of shit, right? Not a lot, actually. Like less than you would imagine. But no, I'm morally against things, right? But I also don't try to shove what I think is morally wrong down everybody else's throat and make people bend and flex to what I believe, right?
Right.
So I appreciate that Gettner made I thought Gettner made a comment similar to Stitz until I went and read what he actually wrote. And he basically said, though he's not for cannabis personally, the people of Oklahoma have already spoken. It's already in rule. And taking that away would mean tax revenue loss, would mean jobs loss, and it would not be something that could be done without probably having to pay somebody, like not retribution, but restitution, or not restitution, but
like
you'd have
pay some shit you didn't want to.
Damage is done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm less scared because, in my opinion, I just don't see a universe where Gettner Drummond doesn't win the governor seat. Maybe that Democrat lady wins. Sure, would I love somebody like Robert Brooks, who we had on the show, to be a governor? Absolutely, right? Like, obviously, that makes the most sense. That dude's pro-cannabis. He sat right here, and I believed every word he said. I don't think he was full of crap as far as, like, lying. I don't think he was making it up. I think he legitimately is.
Well, he said he's for whatever the majority vote would be. So whatever that would be. But
what I'm saying is he said he's for cannabis for Oklahoma because we've already voted on it, right?
Well, and the Democratic lady, she's for it in a big way. She's been like campaigning for it, but I haven't been.
She's been campaigning for it
since that comment was made.
There we go. But Bingo bongo.
I never watched a
I
video
haven't seen a single comment from her prior to that comment in support of cannabis. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see
looking.
I've peeked. I haven't rabbit holed it, but I've peeked. And I cannot find anything of her talking about cannabis, mentioning it, until Kevin Stitt made a statement. And to me, that's ick. Because
he
it's like, you're an opportunist. Yeah, 2 days ago.
Well, and it got me kind of like thinking on it. Like I remember when 837, when we were pushing for it, it got accepted essentially to get the signatures like a couple days before they updated that one rule on how many voters had to come out of each like county. So, or signatures, I'm sorry. So now you can't just get a bunch of signatures. You have to have a certain amount from every single county. So you can't just go to Tulsa and Oklahoma City and get all the signatures there and get something to get on a ballot. Like now you literally have to go to all these other counties and get. So I'm like, oh, well.
That makes it significantly harder.
And it makes it easier for, like, if he really wanted to push getting this reversed, now it's a lot easier for him because a lot of those out-of-town counties aren't super pro-cannabis.
You know, it doesn't really change it unless they go, like...
It seems like a weird fight to have.
It's a crazy weird fight to have. If it's just, like... If it's an accurate representation of the state, then I'm okay with it. But, like, if it's 5 people from Tulsa, 5 people from there, 5 people from here, that's bullshit.
Right. I think it's somewhere in the middle.
I mean, that's effectively having the same argument as the Electoral College, and it just doesn't work.
Well, and then think about it was impossible enough to get enough bodies out to different places to promote 837 before that was even intact. Like now, imagine how many things are going to get put on a ballot because people don't have the money to go to each and every county and spend time there, essentially for free.
All that means is it will not be able to happen on a grassroots budget like happened before. Like there will have to be large donations.
Right. I mean, have to. Yeah.
Typically, when these things, when people have these big topic things that, you get signatures for, those signature gatherers are paid almost every time. And those guys get somewhere between $2 and $4 a signature. You know what I mean? Like,
shit, bro, I'll go get some ciggies. Like, come on.
Exactly. That's why they get paid, though, right?
Yeah,
think about it. You need. Let's say you need 300,000 signatures. Times that by 3. That's $900,000.
Daddy's going to Disney World. Bro, you don't think I'd give me whatever we had 2 months, a month, something like that?
I have lotion on my lips.
I can get 300,000 signatures for almost anything.
Put lotion on my hands, and then I wipe my lips, and now I got lotion on my lips, and I don't like the way it feels.
What kind?
Eucerin?
You're just coming at me with all these different weird...
I'm sorry, my vocabulary is quite large. How's that sound in the mic?
Just like it sounds.
Let's just say screw this podcast and let's just go ASMR and start doing ASMR videos.
You can do that, and then I can cough.
Do I have a good ASMR voice?
I have.
I think that's my affirmation.
No, if you can't tell, I've got the same bullshit that everybody's got going around right now, where I have to spray Afrin in my nose 4 times a day.
Don't do that. It's addictive.
Against the recommended limit. Well, dude, no, hold on. So Cameron tried to explain this to me. I still don't really fucking understand it. So when you look at Afrin, the nose things, it says do not use them more than twice in like a 24-hour period, and not more than 3 days in a row. And then she was like, yeah, because you can, become addicted. Like I'm like, hold on, like you can actually become like physically dependent upon it, or is it more like a habitual? Like help me out here. I don't understand.
So my doctor explained it to me this way.
Because it works great.
It's phenomenal. So I don't know about the actual physical addiction thing. I would probably guess it would mean like there would be some sort of chemical addiction. It probably wouldn't manifest super heavy in your brain. Like you wouldn't like, oh, I need me some Afrin. But I know that it does have this effect. So if you use it too much, what happens is your nose, if I understood correctly, and maybe I'm dead ass wrong here, disclaimer, we're not doctors. This isn't medical advice. And if you believe everything we say, you're a tard. Moving right along. Anywho.
Just keep, if you keep moving, it won't see you. You know what I mean?
But no, so the way I understood it is if you use it too much, like how when you use it and then like it's like within seconds you can just breathe. It just opens it up. So apparently if you use it too much, you'll do that, and then the amount of time where it works is very short, and it will actually make the inflammation worse until you give it to it again because it like wants it. So it like makes.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's. You know what?
You say your nose is like punking you to put more in?
Here's what we're gonna do, man.
Like your nose gets fat as fuck because it wants another hit?
Here's what we're gonna do, man.
Help me out.
We're gonna talk to Magnus here. Zoe, can you hear Magnus? Hey, Magnus, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Brandon. I'm right here with you.
All right, hold on there. Hold on there. How was that, Zoe? Did you hear him well? All right, good. All right, Magnus, we've got a question for you here, brother. Let's talk about Afrin and neosynephrine, the nose spray stuff.
All right, let's dive in.
So, allegedly, it becomes addictive if you use it too frequently. Can you explain what that addiction is, and if it's actually like where you feel like you need Afrin, or is it more in relation to like its effectiveness to work?
Physical dependency or habitual?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Explain.
So it's not addiction in the craving sense like a drug, but more of a rebound effect. When you use something like Afrin too long, your nose gets used to it. When you stop, your blood vessels swell back up even more than before, making you feel super congested. That cycle makes you feel like you need it. Really, your nose is just begging to return to normal.
Okay. So I was right.
What kind of magic bullshit is that?
Love that I'm right. Because I was really recollecting that conversation from like 3 years ago when my doctor told me not to use too much of that. So good for me.
I've been using it a lot.
Can I get some props, dog? I pretty much nailed that.
No, I mean, that's what.
Okay, all right. I thought you were about to. I thought you were about to dispute it.
I mean, here's the thing. We both know
we're about to have to cut.
You and Magnus rehearsed that out in the.
Yeah.
I
just had a feeling it was going to come up on the podcast.
Yeah.
No, but isn't that crazy?
No, I've been using it because my shit is so bad that I'll do it and then wait like a minute and then do it again after it opens to like open it even more. So like I've been using it.
That's crazy. Why do you do that?
Because I'm stopped up.
But if it's open, why do you need to open it more?
Because it's not all the way open. I'm at the point where, and if you understand what I'm saying, God bless you. But when I blow my nose, like the decompression is like whistles for like a good 15, 30 seconds of just like, oh, it's awful.
You know what's crazy? You have your nasal cavity is like right here on your face, and it's underneath the bone, but that's really, really soft bone right there. If you take your fingers and you just push really hard right here, you can actually like
my cheeks cave in,
make some shit happen. Yeah. Well, but like if you're really congested, like right now, like push really hard right here next to your nose, and you can actually like feel like release.
I will not
try it seriously.
I won't. You're not gonna get me to fuck with my.
You have to understand how Shane's brain works. In Shane's brain, I may be telling the truth or I may be punking him, but either way, if he does it, I get a chuckle.
Yeah, and it will not be on camera. I'll do that shit on my drive home.
I was gonna say when he leaves here, he's gonna be in that mirror pushing on that face.
Yeah, when I'm driving, and none of y'all will get to appreciate that. But
it's just like my pop on your inner eardrum thing. You talk all the smack about it you want, but it's the best ever.
Bro, so
a real chiropractor, like my chiropractor that I go to now is great. He's phenomenal, right? He's really good. Love him to death. Funny dude. He fits what I need because you know me, like for someone to like,
they got to
be in my circle. I got to have a relationship with them. You know what I mean? Pause. But I got to be in my circle type thing. So I went to school with a guy named Jorn Whitley. He got super Facebook famous, and now I think he's just like all social media platform famous because he's like TikTok, Instagram is crazy. But he's like an animal chiropractor. And so if you've ever scrolled Facebook or TikTok and you've seen like an animal chiropractor working on like crazy stuff, like lots of horses and stuff like that, but like giraffes, snakes, lion cubs and stuff like that, and it's not a Russian dude, it's probably Dr. Jorn Whitley.
Oh, you go to an animal chiropractor?
Nah, my boy. He started as a regular human chiropractor.
But then he shifted to
it's not that he shifted. He's like...
You said lion cubs.
I'll show you.
And you said snakes?
Yes. 100%.
He cracks up snakes?
Yes. So,
bro, most
he's
people
one
I know
of those
don't even go to
guys.
the vet, let alone
You ever
chiropractor.
met those people that are like, they love the continuing education, like they just always want to be in school, always want to be learning? Like, it's not me. Like, I love to learn.
I say we like learning.
Well,
like,
yes,
I mean,
but
we're
I mean,
not
like,
going full time, full clip.
But I'm talking about like college wise. Like, they're just like, he's like one of those gold star people.
He's trying to be a master of that craft.
One of those gold star kids.
We like
that
to know a little bit
drive you
about
nuts,
everything.
right? That's him. So he went balls to the wall on chiropractor, and then just decided that he's just never going to stop learning. So he's always going to school, always going to continuing education. He's just that dude. Sold him a truck hadn't seen him in forever because, you know, he was a couple of years older than me. Sold him a truck at Glover because his sister, which I didn't even know until a few days before, realized that I was like, holy shit, I know your brother. And talked to him on the phone, chopped it up. Then he came down, bought a truck, and he was telling me about his chiropractor thing. And then it was right around that time where he started getting famous on Facebook over it. Yeah, dude, he's got like hundreds of thousands of followers. It's crazy. He's got videos that have had like 20 million views, have been ripped by other people and like used, and yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, check him out, Dr. Jordan Whitley, super cool. But anyways, when I was at Glover, he used to, when he would come in town or he would come through or come to see his sister, he would bring his little table and he would just come adjust me there at the car lot, the dealership. And he was the only chiropractor to ever pop my inner ear. Really weird. And I was like, well, what's this do? But I had a sniffle or some, like, you know, congestion or whatever. And he was like, oh, I can fix that. And he grabbed my ear and was like, yoink. And I was like,
no, I know.
And I heard it. And because I did it to you. Yeah. And when he did it, I was like, what is this sorcery? Well, dude, that, you know, within 20 or 30 minutes, my shit just started draining, right? Bro, the next day I literally woke up. Like, you know how when you're finally starting to get better, you kind of almost get a secondary sickness from all the stuff that ran down your throat, like sore throat kind of. That happened. I woke up the next day and I was just better. And yeah, dude. So I asked him to show me how he did it, and I do that to myself probably once or twice a month. And it's just the best, dude. When you're sick, you freaking pop that inner ear and all that stuff drains, and you can just like your hearing gets better. It's just what a freaking magical little
No,
trick
some
that
people kind of like scoff at chiropractor. Like, it's like not like a real science. But here's the thing, dude. Maybe not in the traditional sense, but I know, like, I used to have migraines really bad, and my dad sent me to one. And I mean, I only went like a few times, and literally they went away. Like, it crazy. It worked for that.
Here's the thing, man. So some chiropractors have given all chiropractors a bad name because there are chiropractors that do more than what they should do.
Well, there's a low bar of entry.
Yeah, I think so, right?
I think a lot of them aren't working on their craft. Like,
Sure.
like you know, you might get the the degree, I guess, or the license, but no.
I think you have to have the degree no matter what, but to be a chiropractor,
It's like it's a different path. Like, you're not going to a traditional. I mean, you probably can, but you don't have to have like a
medical
bachelor's.
school.
No, I know that.
What?
Yeah, it's not a traditional medicine.
I can't believe that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's like it's closer to hair salon shit.
Magnus, Shane says you don't have to have a bachelor's degree to be a chiropractor. Is he wrong or right?
Shane's not totally off base, but it's a bit more nuanced. You don't specifically need a bachelor's degree before starting, but you do need a good chunk of undergrad credits, often around 3 years, before entering a chiropractic program. In practice, most folks do end up with a bachelor's along the way, but technically, some programs let you roll those undergrad credits into your chiropractic
What's
training.
the shortest amount of time I can go to college and be a chiropractor?
Or word it different. Don't say college exactly, because I think there's a path where it's not traditional college.
Hold on. Can you even become a chiropractor without going to college?
You'll always need higher education, but it's not always the traditional college degree path. Typically, you start with around 3 years of undergraduate coursework in sciences and then go into a Doctor of Chiropractic program, usually another 3 to 4 years. So it's at least around 6 to 7 years total, but the first portion might not have to be a full bachelor's degree. It's definitely a professional academic route, though.
It's not medical school, though.
Is it a medical school?
Nope, it's not medical school. Chiropractors earn a Doctor of Chiropractic DC degree, which is a separate professional path. It's rigorous but focused on chiropractic techniques, anatomy, and holistic care, not the full medical doctor track.
Good man. Thanks, Magnus.
Yeah, it's a different.
So I'm going to give you a half point because you were pretty much right, but I think you were insinuating a little bit heavy, and I think you were. I don't know. I guess you were right.
Well, I mean,
I just hate saying that.
It's not considered like a traditional medicine.
Yeah.
And like when you become a doctor in that, you're not like an MD or a DMD or whatever.
Right,
like
right.
it's a different thing.
I think that there are people in this world that would say that chiropractors saved their lives. I've met
Straight
people
up.
like
Yeah.
that. I think that it's like not something that you can go to once or twice and get healed from anything. It's like there's usually always a bigger problem, right, that needs to be handled, unless it's just like, So I think that if you were to like get in a wreck and have some problems because of it, there's probably certain injuries that a chiropractor could deal with 100%. You would never need anything else, but it would take lots of visits. But the way my chiropractors, both of them that I have seen, have explained it to me is you should always see the chiropractor, but it can be spaced out really far, or pretty far apart.
Right.
Unless there is something that's actually bothering you, and then you need to go often to be, to be good because
aligned.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they do a lot, dude. He was great, man. He's great. Jordan Whitley, Dr. Whitley is phenomenal. He's really good.
No, the best part, at least from my experience going to the chiropractor, is after you get all crunched up, they would put me in like a room with like waterfall music and like a babbling waterfall, and you just chill there for like half an hour and just recover.
Your mind doesn't do that. You know what my favorite part about the chiropractor is?
That over the leg thing where they...
No, the traction table, dog. Oh, brother. It's a bed. It's like a table that you lay on, right? And it's like a frame, but like where your back is hollow, and so it's just got like a leather. It's leather on top, so when you sit on it, you like sag into it. But it's got these two rollers, and it just and it moves down your back. But like they're so hard, they lift you up off the table. But they're like, it's like this, right? So like your spine sits in between it, and it just like cracks your back 70 times before you even go in. Dog, that is nice. Like the most relief ever. Like it's almost painful at first because you're like tense, kind of. But when you can just like, ooh, and like relax and let it do it, oh, brother. It's like, there's been times I've gone and like he's busy, so I'll hit the traction table. And I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm going to leave. Yeah, I have 2 or 3 times. I'm like, all right, well, I'll see you. And mine in Sapulpa has got a massage chair. Have you been in there?
Mm-mm.
I thought you went in with me one day. Dog, he's got these massage chairs, and I want to get one. I looked him up for like the cheapest one that does like everything this one does. It's like $700 on Amazon.
No, I've gone down the rabbit hole.
But dude, like you get inside of this chair, and it like it like has these things that like push down your shoulders. Yes, and you put your arms in this thing and your legs in these.
You're like covered.
And like it blows up air to like make it like squeeze you, and it massages you, and it's got rollers on the bottom of your feet that spin. Oh, brother.
Dude, pro
I
tip.
could just live there.
At 10 Gym.
And it goes 0 gravity.
Yeah.
So
they
like,
recline.
yeah, reclines and lifts you. Oh, brother.
I spent a lot of time looking because they can get up to like 4,500.
Oh, bro! Back in the day, remember Woodland Hills had a sharper image. Mm-hmm. Dude, we saw chairs there $6-7 grand. Crazy. 6-7.
No, at 10 Gym, in the front, they have like massage chairs, but they're like a hydro massage.
I've seen them,
bro.
I've seen the beds. I haven't seen the chairs.
Pro tip: so you lay in this thing, and it's like high pressure water.
Yeah.
That sprays you from basically the back of your head to your heels. And I'm sitting there in this chair one day, and I'm just relaxing, dude. And there's like a pillow, like where your head goes. And I was like, you know what, dude? Because you could barely feel it in your head, dude. It popped my head like several times. Like it was aggressive. I was like, oh shit.
Put the pillow back.
Looked around. It was like, did anybody watch that? Nobody seen it.
Yeah, no, I've seen the beds where you go in and lay down. And it does that. It's like a rubber. It's like a rubber you're laying on, and it sprays the rubber. Yeah. I've seen those, but I haven't seen a chair.
It's same thing. You like laying it, yeah. It's aggressive. Dude. The tanning beds are crazy too because they're not beds. You stand in there and you hold on, like it was wild, bro. I did it once, and then I was like, "This is too much." Like I didn't like
tan.
it. I used to like more than I'd like to admit, but yeah, the standing one.
It was a thing, you know. It was really popular for a while, like. It was like the thing to do, you know what I mean? Like a lot of women went and tanned. Like now we realize that, you know, shit gives you cancer. It's just shot not do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's as big as it was.
I don't, dude. If you think about it, when we were younger, dude, you used to see tanning salons everywhere.
Well, there's a lot of orange bitches out there.
Ever see tanning? Well, that's because now there's like lotion that you can put on and get, you know, a similar effect.
Well, you got to think too. We're kind of aged out. Of really giving a fuck about that too much.
That's fair. We got bills and shit.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's about to be summer.
Dude, can I tell you, man? I'm struggling with something.
What's that?
Thank you for saying that so convincingly. I appreciate that. I feel like you're full of shit, but you sold me. Like you sold me on the fact that you were concerned.
I got you a electrolyte beverage.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Looking out.
Good man. Sorry for the talk you have to go home and have.
Fucking kids, bro.
So, dude, my hair, bro. This is the thumbnail.
It looks nice.
Dog, it's getting thin, bro. And listen, here's the thing.
I mean, it's been coming.
I've been a fat shit my whole life, bro. All right, I haven't had a whole lot to just, you know.
As soon as you start losing weight, the hair just.
Dog, that's what I'm saying, man. I've always had good hair. Always. I've had good hair. So no matter, I mean, dude, at my highest, at 465, your boy was big as shit. Couldn't see my winky without putting a mirror on the ground and walking over it, okay? But by God, my hair was on fleek, okay? And I don't think that's the thing we say anymore, but still. My hair always had good hair.
Your hair was mogging.
I had mogging ass hair. I've never heard that term before, but I hope that's the bad one.
No, that's what's good when you're flexing. Yeah, when you have something nice you want to flex.
Well, my hair was mogging, dog, and I start losing all this weight. I feel like I'm like, in a sense, I feel like I'm better looking than I've ever been. Like here's the thing. I'm sure there's some women watching like, bah, but. What I'm saying is that, you know, I used to be a fat shit and even fatter shit.
No, hold on. I think it should be pointed out. You're wearing a 2X shirt right now. Like,
doggy.
You're wearing a 2X shirt right now. I mean,
I ain't never wore 2X.
Dude,
maybe when I was in like
that's
high
a big
school.
deal. Like, yeah.
It's a good shirt too.
No, I mean your hair doesn't look like.
Looking for the can.
Here's the thing, bro. I've been seeing people that.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
are
Connor.
thinning out, but they're really hanging on to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Look, okay. So I've always had the receding. I've always been able to see my receding hairline.
Yeah, you got the Vegeta.
From the time I was like 20, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be crawling back there. And then if you see my father, or saw my father before he passed, he had the same hairline except for it was back about 4 more inches, right? Right. So I always knew that my genetics were like, damn, gonna have a receding hairline, gonna be bald one day. But dog, I'm 35. Like, I'm not that old.
No.
Jesus Christ.
No.
It's two things. A, the receding hairline it'd been receding, okay? It's climbing back there. But also, it's getting thin everywhere. Like, dude, I bet I could do it right now on camera. If I grab my hair and pull.
Well, don't do that.
Dog, I barely pulled. It's coming out.
Yeah, but if you don't do that, then you know.
I have to brush my hair, and it comes out when I brush my hair.
You can do it.
I always clown the women in my household, and I say, y'all are like freaking dogs, man. Y'all shed because, just hair everywhere.
Globs.
Samantha's got this habit to where, like, when she's like washing her hair, if hair comes out, she takes it and like I guess like she doesn't want to go down the drain, which I appreciate that because
slaps it on the side of the bath.
Yes, but then she twirls it in like a little twirl so it like stays put. But then she forgets out and leaves it. So sometimes I'll get in, there's like a swirl of hair, and I'm like, don't ever complain to me peeing in the shower ever again. See, I don't ever want to hear it.
That's one of those battles. I'm like, you know what?
I don't have that fight.
I'll throw it away.
Right. Right. No, but in your head, you're probably like,
no, there's that, and then we'll have like wet wipes or like dude wipes or, bro, it drives me fucking crazy
to leave them open.
Dog. I mean, bro, like, and it's one of those ones where over time,
I just got myself mad.
Just straight up. No, there's an open pack of dude wipes in my bathroom right now, but. It's one of those like, just
close them.
Why'd you close these? You know what I mean? Like, they're open them,
close them.
If you leave them open, they get, that first one's always dry.
No one wants to wipe with a dry wet wipe because that defeats the purpose. You could just use toilet paper.
It gets thrown away, and then you move on to the next one because it's wet.
Right.
I'm just saying. When I run for Oklahoma governor, we gonna close the fucking wet wipe bags.
Or jail.
Jail.
Prison.
First offense.
It's gonna be a prison sentence. The father, not servant.
No, yeah.
I don't know what you'd be.
Clip it. No, bro. So, I got all these kids, right?
Yeah, 10 of them.
Bro, I'm just saying, the last almost 24 hours of my life have been very, very interesting.
Here's the thing, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's crazy, right? So, and I'm gonna I guess vaguely hit on this because I know some of mine will listen to this occasionally, which drives me nuts. But
you got to get your ass whooped. I'm just playing.
No, bro. A PSA to all the young adults out there.
You ain't shit.
When you try to be dishonest with Apple products, they will snitch on you.
Just diving right in, huh?
Every time. They'll. It's
kids. If you steal or if you're where you're not supposed to be, and you have an Apple device, we know,
bro. I've got a kid that is on the third Apple device where I've gotten hit up like, hey, will you keep your eyes open for said
straight
Apple device?
Huh?
And
Are you trying to say you raised a thief?
You can do the location thing, and then, it just happens to be where it shouldn't. when there's only one child there that would even make sense to be at that location. So it's like
Questione. So did said person that told you to keep an eye out for said Apple device not know that you could go to Find My and see?
I mean, here's the thing. The conversation led to the location is here.
Gotcha.
And it's and the first time this happened, because I didn't even consider that one of my kids hijacked something, right? So
sure.
When it was AirPods, and I do my Find Me thing, and just in circumstance, there was a Mexican restaurant right next to one of the schools in Owasso, and I had just eaten there. So I was like, oh, dude, I left it at my fucking table, and either, it's sitting behind the counter or somebody jacked my AirPods, right? And so I go to this Mexican restaurant. I go there, and I'm asking around, and they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm getting these motherfuckers took my AirPods.
Right.
They're straight in the back right now. And so I show my ass. I leave, and then we happen to run the Find Me around the same time the buses are running, and we see this thing traveling and pulling into our neighborhood, and it's like, I've been hoodwinked. I've been got. And and so
did she ever say anything when you? Did he or she ever say anything when you? What did they say when you busted them up?
Well, there's not shit, dude. You're it's so crazy. With older kids, and I remember being the same way when I was getting in trouble or caught. they just hit you with the stare of like,
damn. That blank, like,
oh, like just it's all going in, but none of it's staying. Like,
look.
Right. Which, like I said, I've been there, man. I'm trying to,
I have
relate.
given and received that look.
Right. But now we're on to the third circumstance, and it's like, dude, like in this situation specifically, like everybody involved knew, kind of had the like,
Sure.
But there was several like, hey, if you happen to see these, a lot of opportunities to be like, this is getting close. I better. Well, even it could have been put back where it was supposed to be.
And probably nothing ever said about it.
Right, and everybody would just kind of move along. But
it'd be tough for me, and I'm sure you're going to. And you don't have to say, because I'm sure someone would try to paint us as bad parents if we did this. But it would be real hard for me not to clown and just be like, "You're so stupid." Like, how stupid could you possibly be if you know that I can? Did you know that I can see you?
It's a fine line.
It's on your nose.
Of like,
name
it being of it being like a learning lesson, and also not scarring them for life, right? Like, there's this, like, you got to go respectfully hard, but you can't go too hard, because then it kind of negates it.
Especially if said child is so close to adulthood, right?
Well, they're right, dude. And it's one of those things where it's like, bro, like, shit's fitting to get hard. And in this situation, there's a, me, us, and the other parents, we're not like close. So there's not a ton of communication all the time until shit like this happens. And then...
Can you communicate more than you care to?
Bro, talk to half the fucking day about the back and forth and what's, it's like, hey, man, like, you clearly think you've got a tough ride right now. And it's like...
I'm about to show you.
You
got to. Right?
Life's about to show you.
Well, fair.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I, for better or worse, and people might talk shit, but my kids can always rely on me. Like, if they're in trouble, they can call me. I'll fucking be there. But when they hit adulthood, like, my job was to fucking get you there. Like, get you to graduate.
Dad's always going to be here for you in a sense.
Well, and I mean,
but sometimes in adulthood, you got to figure it out on your own.
I'm not going to put you out on the street, but you're not going to love being at home either. Like, it's not... I'm not like trying to have, especially with as many kids that I'm responsible for. I'm like, dude, nah, man, y'all gonna have to get out. And what's crazy,
Dad wants to walk around the house naked at some point,
bro. It's some point before I'm 50. Come on, and
no, you're gonna be 50, brother.
And shit, yeah.
That little one's pretty little, bub. You're gonna be 50, I think.
Well, what's fucking wild is like,
hold on, how old are you gonna be when Avril's, adulthood age?
I'm 37. She's 4, about to be 5. So yeah, do the math. My head's
4.
fried.
Let's see. So 5 from 18 is 13.
51.
Yeah, there you go. You're gonna be 50, brother.
No, we'll get her out in a couple years.
You're gonna emancipate her.
We'll get her.
Hey, you ever thought about emancipation?
No, dude. And in these moments, me and her, 'cause she's still like my buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, don't ever fucking do this kind of shit. Like,
She's
like,
no,
we can talk about anything, right? Like,
Right.
we're good. And it's funny too, because this is my fault, but I've always called her the boss. And it, like, in these moments, like, I was getting onto a couple of them the other day, and she was like right behind me, like, and yeah, don't be doing that. I'm like, hey man,
Stop. Go.
Get it? She's like, yeah, but I'm the boss. I'm like, you are, but
You're creating a monster,
I got this,
bro.
dude.
You're screwing up.
It's a problem, man. It's she's the last one.
I know.
You know what I mean? She's the
get
baby. So she's got to be tough. But no, it's because like we've got like another one of our older ones. Like, she ain't gonna be around. Like, she's she's getting
out.
gone, dude. She's like,
but she's doing, and I'm not sitting here, trying to, show how great one is and how not great the other one is.
Different.
Just different. But the other one that you're talking about, she's doing everything the correct way, for the most part, obviously.
Well, without
having to be forced into it, right?
Like, it's just naturally like
the responsibility.
When I was her age, I was the same way.
Same.
Like,
Well,
I was
kinda.
going to be in a car. I was going to work. I was going to have my own money. Like, I wanted to get gone. Like, I did not want to be under anybody's rule. And,
Same, bro. Same.
And the one that's fucking up right now, she's like the funnest one to hang out with. Like human to human, she's great.
Goofy,
Dude,
fun.
she's just easy to talk to. She's always fun. Like,
Very loving and accepting of things. Just
she's like a natural, just like caring person.
Yes.
Like she's always trying to make sure everybody's cool. But she's got this dark side.
I love the way he
fucked.
has this dark side.
Yeah.
So you're describing a serial killer, FYI. No, I'm just playing. FBI, if you're watching this, pay no mind.
Keep an eye.
No, I'm just kidding. Cash, take a peek.
No, and what's wild is, as of this recording, which I mean at this point now she knows, but this was all. Oh my
Did you
God,
confirm
dude.
that it's out?
No,
Or you're just pretty sure?
I don't know what's happening at my house right now.
be a
It could be
bloodbath.
mayhem. I don't. It's so basically. She got home like around 3:30, and
Yeah,
we've been kind of busy since right before then or right around then, and so.
And you've been radio silence this whole time?
This whole I let my wife know. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be in the studio around that time. Like, if you want to pump the brakes and wait till I'm out, like, we can tackle this together.
Shane, there's a high chance that either your wife or that child is unalived at this point.
Dude,
I don't know. The child is a little bit bigger than the wife, so I don't know. Maybe, but the wife's kind of feisty, so maybe she.
No, it was funny. In the middle of it, she was like, "Bro, 10 years ago, I'm at a high otter." I'm like, "Fair. Times have changed so fast." But
she feels betrayed.
Well, yeah, it's a bummer because I came from like a split up family.
Everybody's like, "What the hell are they talking about?"
You're right, speaking in code. No, man, I had like my parents divorced when I was really young, and it's just really easy to do, like especially when your parents aren't cool, to like play the sympathy card at both places if you're going back and forth.
Bro, who are you talking to? I'm the master. I was a master manipulator between my grandparents and my mom back in those days. Oh my
What? As long as you
God.
keep everybody away from each other,
Right.
it works.
Yeah.
But then that moment
first
happens
time they talk.
where everybody breaks bread, and because it
You're
was
ousted.
even it was communicated like what if they came over and we were just all there, just intervention time. I was like, no, I don't like that. Let's not.
Oh, I think that's good, dude.
It's
That's good, bro.
a lot. It'd be
It's a lot.
It's
It's a lot. I agree.
We'll see. I mean, here's the thing, bro. I'm at a point where it's not even what's the old, like, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Facts.
Like, I'm over getting mad. I'm like,
There was a point in my life where when one of my grandparents or parents told me that, I was like, damn it.
no, that was
What
because
have I done?
my mom was a wild card. So was yours. Like our moms
Yeah.
were loud and feisty. But the moments where we fucked up so bad, where that didn't come out, those are the moments where you're like, uh-oh, I guess I'll go to bed. Like, like, oh man, I broke her. I broke them. Ugh.
There was those times too.
No, straight up, dude. It's funny, like, just how calm you get. Like, you just get a little, like, things are like they brush off easier. They're kind of like, something was bound to happen. It's easier to handle stressful shit. Like we've had kids that go through like breakups or whatever, and it's like the world's ending, and it's like, man,
You're gonna be all right.
you'd be fine.
It's gonna be all right.
It's good.
I know it sucks.
The sun's gonna come out tomorrow.
That's your bottom dollar. That tomorrow. Oh man. Dude.
No, I wanted to bring this up before we go. John Kumas, a fan of the show.
You gotta love him, dude.
Dude,
He's so funny.
so there's a video clip going around that
The pin with the waiter.
no, so
I don't understand that.
Wally Lawrence, Wally Carey.
Yes.
So he posted this video on his social, but
I saw it.
John Kumba shared it and said, like, what in the holy hell, like, what in the holy black market hell is this? But
Bro,
it's like a box of a bunch of pharmacated concentrates.
Yes.
And, like, there was a couple other brands in there I couldn't make out. But
they're all theirs.
Well, and so...
I'm pretty sure those were all pharmacated brands because the slush, that's also pharmacated. Now, there was another one I wasn't sure of, but if I'm betting, it's probably all the same brand.
Well, and so...
But not a tag in sight. Which,
they're still shut down, right?
Well, yeah.
That's what...
But
so,
their stuff's not recalled.
well, and I did see on the comments under John's post, there was a couple people who like most recently did work for Pharmacated that commented on there that packaging's like a couple years old. It's like 2+ year old packaging. So he's like, we moved away from whatever the drams were 2 years ago or more. So it's like John's like what are you doing? Like you essentially like posted a "Hey, come check me out" sign, which I guess because I don't know, do they have an active license like Chronic Docs, or I know they have like a patient thing where they...
I don't know. I don't want to be libeled, so I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe
it's a weird
because maybe I think they broker stuff though. Maybe I think maybe they help like push stuff. Like, do they broker things?
I would imagine, right?
I mean, a lot of people
like
do
that. Seems
right?
like if you're, because they are still like in the world, like in our like realm.
I thought they were big in. I thought they were. Were they just traveling to Hawaii to open business, or were they moving there? Seems like I thought they were moving there.
They got invited to the Hawaii Canna Expo.
Well, they had they showed a business license where they opened a business there.
Did they? I knew they've got some like fashion show thing going on. Maybe it was just a patient
license. Maybe I'm stupid.
I think I think they did get a patient card for Hawaii. I feel like I saw that post, but no, they have the Canna Cuties. They have like a...
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I believe so. Like they're doing some like fashion show or model show in Hawaii, or got invited to it. One of the two, but they've been popping off in Hawaii. Have you seen or heard of Parker Mechanical?
Yes,
dude. I just found this guy. Right,
he's great.
Because Hawaii, like they just got invited essentially to move to Hawaii, and they've got a property that I guess they're going to be building on to actually move.
Parker?
Parker Mechanical.
I didn't know it was Hawaii. Dude. Yeah, here's my thing. I've seen them driving around here. I watched their videos for a long time. They're always the one thing that I don't. Now maybe here's the thing. I'm persuaded a little bit by Matthew because he's, sometimes he be in my ear sometimes, but he was in my ear about them, and he was just like, man, they just always complain about how bad it is and so and I guess that they've had trouble with one of I think it was like a city that they were living in at the time.
Yeah. Tulsa.
Broken Arrow, I think, maybe, or maybe it was Tulsa.
They had a truck come out and basically tell them they couldn't have their work truck out there.
Yeah, but I guess there was a lot of rants around that.
No, I watched a bunch.
I didn't see
like
all
I said,
that.
I found him last week,
but
so I've been watching.
It put Matthew off so much, where he was just like, man, like I would be like, oh man, they're really nice. They do a lot of good stuff, and he's like, and I was like. He was like, yeah, they're moving. And I was like, oh, really? And I was like, he was like out of state. And I was like, oh, wow. And he was like, yeah, good on him. So good riddance. Like type stuff. And I was like, damn, why?
Well, the dude
I guess he just got fed up with all the griping. But apparently they went on some rants and just complained about how bad it is here. And it's just like.
They're younger. And so I kind of get that fiery.
Like our age, aren't they?
I'd say at least 5 years younger. But
he's a pretty guy.
Well, and they do a really good service for people in need. Like I did. So I mean, that's huge.
That's what I love about. That's why I watch it. Right. Like I need this feel good stuff in my life. Right.
They do great things for great people. I guess my criticism would be they engage too much in the negative.
Yes.
And they spend a lot of time like kind of talking about things that where they got burnt or where they feel they got burnt. But like I stumbled in a situation, and this is kind of how I found them. But somebody who's a friend on my Facebook was somebody they were helping. And I don't know this person at all. It was just somebody, since we've been doing the podcast.
And he stole something.
Well, no. So I saw that too. Yeah, that's a different thing.
Yeah,
he sold the engine and then gave his cherry picker away.
Yeah,
but
I personally would have handled that way worse than them. The fact that he was so cool about it, that's kind of why when Matthew seemed like he was like off put by him, that's why I was like, man, you're crazy, bro, because they're so nice. Like, much
he was
so that like, he got
level-headed.
robbed, and I wouldn't have been that level-headed. I'd have been like, hey, man, if I see you, I'm going to hit you in your shit.
No, he's more mad at the city than people actually robbing him. Like, I will give it. Well, and because he's like, the amount of good that I do for this town and for y'all to come and try to basically fuck my business over for like a technicality. He's like, I could get it if I was working on vehicles at my house. Yeah, like he maintains like, he's like, it's just parked there. He's like, I don't do any work there.
Oh, that's what the city's griping about?
Yeah, that the actual physical presence of his shop truck being at his house.
Well, that pissed me off too.
Yeah, so I do get it, but with this other deal, it was like, because I fell into it because I don't know the girl that she's cannabis related. She's in a bunch of our groups. She
remind me. I want to know who it is after.
Yeah, I'll share it to you.
Okay.
It's well, and they're both wrong from my perspective. But so this goes back to like October. But she has a car. It's like some like Nissan something, and she can't get it running. So he shows up. Apparently, people like referred them to each other, and she's broke, and he gives her a loaner car because like what he's got to do with that engine's like a rebuild. And I guess like before this even starts, like he's done a lot of work. She basically like, I can't pay you, and he's like, I'll take care of you. Cool. Yeah. So they get this loaner car, and apparently the car didn't have insurance on it because they bought it from a car lot. So it had a 30-day tag, and then when that lapsed, it wasn't tagged. And
you forgot to put insurance.
Well, and she was saying there was no insurance on it, which I'm like. Here's the thing. That's the easiest. Like, you could go put insurance on any fucking car you want. You could, like, go pick a car in Walmart if you have the VIN number and put insurance on a random car that you don't know. Like, you could do that yourself. That's whatever. The tag thing, like, it's like, yeah, man, that's rough. But the problem was the meltdown happened in February. So from October to February, this has been a thing. And she started, like, the meltdown with...
The person who's getting helped?
Right. Okay. She jumps out and says...
She's telling you already it ain't looking very good.
No, well, and that's what she's getting ripped apart. Because she makes all these complaining posts about, like, how they've been bullshitting her and they're not showing up when they say, and they're essentially not doing anything. And she's got this car that's not hers, that's not tagged, that she can't drive around because she doesn't want to be responsible for getting that thing impounded or whatever.
Like you had a car that you couldn't drive around before, too.
Well, and that's right. So he has since come out and basically, because she started going really hard on him, like negative reviews, had people coming at him. So she put it out on blast. Bro. And then he comes out and defends himself. And he's like, this is crazy. I've been trying to help this person. Explains like the tag thing. He just, has been busy, whatever. And I'm like sitting there thinking to myself, because I'm reading... Because now she's posting DMs of people like saying, go fucking die, like, you're a whore, like people going crazy that are defending him.
Right.
But she's got, people going crazy defending her. And it's like, to me, this is like such a communication breakdown. Like,
well, he can't help people that are his fans reaching out to her and saying, go die. I mean,
the problem though is he makes a couple videos where he's kind of like, fuck her. And so he's kind of getting people on that same fuck her boat, which I get it, man. Like, I get it both ways. Because, like, let's say, per her, which who knows what's true, but per her, she's like, hey, are you going to be able to get this thing tagged? And he's like, cool, yes, I'll be there on Tuesday. And then he doesn't show up, doesn't call, gets a hold of her that night and says, oh, so sorry, got busy, I'll be there tomorrow. Doesn't show up, doesn't call. Later on that night, says, hey, I'll be there the next day. So it went on for 3 days before she went.
It's just frustrating. Yeah.
Well,
I'd be frustrated at that too. Even if it was helping me, it's like, I get it, and I'm appreciative. I probably wouldn't have acted out like that.
You're not going to publicly post it.
In another sense, it's like, come on, man. I really appreciate what you're doing, but if you could just not get my hopes up and or waste my time, that'd be great. Like,
well, and that's where my kind of defense to it is I'm not defending her going crazy and posting all this stuff. I mean, you're essentially getting free work done, and you're driving a car that's not yours. But at the same time, because like kind of his thing was like, I'm doing all this free work, I'm only trying to help this person. I'm like, well, dog, we're 5 months in.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, just because you're doing a great thing, which you are, and it's awesome, does that mean that you don't have to respect people's time multiple times in a row? And it's like, because to me, I'm like, this seems like a very easy, like, actually, dude, my plate's really full. I can't get out there until Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even, hey, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to wait until the opportunity presents itself that I can do it. Bear with me. I can't tell you what day yet. I will get out there. Something like that, right?
Something that, because we've learned this years ago.
I've had that. I've been that guy. I've said.
You want to be helpful.
Yes.
You want to. So you'll overpromise and then ultimately underdeliver.
That's me.
And then it bites you in the ass. No matter what, if you're doing a good thing or not, if you're trying to help somebody, save money, whatever. When you overpromise and underdeliver, people are sitting on the complete other side, not being a part of your situation, just being, stewing, thinking you're like personally like, fuck them. Yeah. And so I'm like, dude, this seems like a meltdown that communication
would have
made this a non-issue. Like, it could have taken a year if you're communicating. Like, I would imagine, like if somebody's doing a free rebuild for me, like, dude, take as much time as you need. Just don't promise me whatever and then have me guessing. But no, it's a weird. I'll share you who it is. But yeah, it's, I don't know her, but she's like out of the Oklahoma City area. But allegedly, he's moving to Hawaii. I watched a video where like he got this property and got this invite out there, and the city of Hawaii is like, you can have your truck wherever, essentially. So I'm like, yeah, dude, if you can do what you do in Hawaii all day, I would imagine it would be a nightmare to get your tools there. But
man,
you got a fun one?
No, I'm just I was just, maybe when you were talking, I was just like, man, I wonder how many people, like, wonder what his reviews are on, like, Google.
Uh-huh.
He's got a 4.8, but as soon as you hit lowest and you go to the lowest stars, I'm pretty sure I see who, we're talking about. I don't know.
I haven't looked at the reviews yet.
But there's a couple of 1 stars. There's a couple of 1 stars that you can tell are not customers, that they're just defending somebody.
Right. That sucks too.
So I'm seeing it, but dude, listen to this. 800. Excuse me. At Red Bull, every time, man, I make myself look like a fool on camera. 584 reviews, 4.8 star rating. That's good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, and just briefly looking, it looks like that particular incident or something very similar that may have happened more than once is what it even has him at a 4.8, because otherwise I think this dude would have a 4.95.
Well, no, those 1 stars, fuck you.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have a lot of...
You got to have a lot of 5 stars to negate the 1 star.
Yeah, bro.
It's
well, just because the average, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a thing, dude. I'm pretty happy because at OKCTL, we are chill. Now, keep in mind, bro, this is something to be proud of, really, if you think about this. Not to just, like, derail our conversation here, but we're a laboratory, okay? I would say
we give people bad news all the time.
I was about to say, like, definitely, I think we handle the bad news better than a lot of labs. We're very good about, like, typically, if you test with us and you're about to receive bad news, we're really good about calling and, like, softening the blow, if you will.
Or bringing a solution.
But also be like, when the bad news comes, it comes with, the upside of, here's what your options are, or we can help you figure out what's going on, blah, blah, blah.
Well, we've been doing this for years at
something
this point.
I kind of pride us in. Now, I know that there are people that are probably listening to this, or hopefully not, but people that are listening to this be like, bullshit! No one told me a damn thing. I want to remind you that this has not always been what we've done. We've learned through trial and error that this is the best way to handle things. But yeah, man, we have a 4.8 out of 272 reviews.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if that makes us the best rated lab in Oklahoma.
I bet we're up there.
But I bet you we're up there. That makes me want to. Now I'm just curious. Now I just want to. I just want to do a little quick search here. I'll do a little quick search another lab name. Yep. Well, tell you this. We got a better review rating than that laboratory. And that makes me feel good.
You ain't shit if you don't say it.
I ain't shit. That made me want to look at another one. Anyway, yeah, man. So, what a week. Sorry about your kids being shitty.
Oh, they're great.
Sorry about that. Dude, this industry's got to come together for sure. We've got to pool together. There's going to be things that are going to hopefully be coming more public pretty soon about industry associations and things like that. And we definitely need to do better as an industry. And I think that the two industry associations that have the spotlight in the Oklahoma cannabis industry are, good at everything that they are, intending on doing. Obviously, you've got the PCA, you've got the OCIA. The PCA is very big on education, and then you've got the OCIA, who's very big on the legislative side. I would, I'm sure I've talked about this before. I've even had this cut out of a few episodes.
I was going to say, it's always at the end.
It's always at the end.
Start going for the things nobody
here's the thing, man. You guys might not even hear this, right? Because I might just decide, you know what, let's just cut that out. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going to go hard. I'm not going to say anything crazy. I would like to see all of the industry associations merge together to make one unified voice.
That'd be cool.
It doesn't appear that is going to happen. So I think that I've heard some talks. Maybe I'm involved in those talks. I don't know. Something has to happen. We know that, right? On a serious note, something's got to happen. We've got to find a way to unify the voice of Oklahoma cannabis. Guys, it started so small. I mean, it started off so big because there was so little restriction. And the barrier of entry, whatever you want to call it, I just totally had a stroke or brain fart right there, but was very low to start.
Yeah.
And anybody and everybody. And, we made this giant bubble that it is safe to say has popped, and it is deflating. And I think we're getting closer to what the new norm is going to look like, but I think there's several more licenses that are going to go. Whether that be because they're going to, because it's becoming more legitimate, or because OMMA is forcing that number to be smaller, or,
Well, it's getting more expensive.
But regardless, the number is going to be smaller. It's smaller now than it was by a lot.
Oh my God.
And I feel like it's going to get even smaller.
Well, you can't be living week to week anymore because they've added so many, they've increased license prices.
We hate that the regulations have gotten to where they're at now, but I just want to remind people in this cannabis industry, we still have it better than a lot of places as far as regulation goes. So they're definitely going to regulate it tighter. And, we just know that that's just going to be a thing.
We beat the milligram limit, which was awesome.
Hopefully that, we've got to do something. Luckily there are companies out there that are paying for lobbyists and organizations that are paying lobbyists that are fighting for your rights at the Capitol to not be trampled upon. Thank God for those businesses. And I hope you guys realize that there is this situation in Oklahoma could and would have been a lot worse if it weren't for specific people and specific companies paying very nice money to make sure that there are lobbyists that are in the correct ears of lawmakers. It sucks that that's how it has to happen, but that is just politics, folks.
That's the game.
That's just how the game. That's how it's worked, right? That's how it works. in a perfect world, I would love to see that unified voice, right? Where that group is like, and I hate to keep saying it and bringing it up, but the Cattlemen Association. I hope that we get to a point where we're like the Cattlemen Association and we've got buku lobbyists that are being paid all the time to make sure that no bills sneak in to screw our lives up. And when we decide that we need something as an industry, those lobbyists can push those bills to get passed.
Well, because we
don't have a good public relation with cannabis.
Well, there's too many groups.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is. You can't make
public
anything
eye is the cannabis industry doesn't have a overall positive view in the eyes of citizens of Oklahoma, because even though there's a lot of people that consume or are patients, there is a whole lot of people that ain't. And, we need a group that is going to have the financial, ability to hire a PR firm, put a face with the industry, that can speak and can rebuttal things like what Kevin Stitt's now said twice, probably more. So
well, you see the opposition, I guess you could call it. They're absolutely putting PR money into.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've all seen on our Facebook this sickness, that sickness, this place closed down.
Yep.
One thing that was brought up in the EAC meeting to OBN directly was, man, you guys only put out bad publicity. You only put out like it'd be cool if you guys threw in a couple wins here and there, like industry wins, not like you guys are all black market and we're shutting it down.
That doesn't fit their narrative.
No, it'd be cool, but yeah, it's cute.
Yeah, so it's got to happen, guys, and if it doesn't, then we're going to be, if we don't have, once again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, if it's just up to the stoners that are going to be at the Capitol smoking weed and trying to fight, brother, we're cooked. I want you to know that we're cooked. That is not well received. They don't like it. Do you have do you want to be able to flex the right that you have to do that? Sure, I get I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. But that's just not the way to get it done. Not in Oklahoma anyway. So if an opportunity, especially because it will, we're going to be talking about it here. But I would like to see. I think that there's going to be a way that even you viewers who are patients can be a part of it. I think there's going to be I would like to see a membership, if you will, for patients, where it's like $1 to $5 a month or something, and it would get you some, like on an email chain to give you like updates,
be informed
about the bills and stuff, guys. If that does come to fruition, and I'm hoping it does, that $1 to $5 is money well spent. And I know it doesn't seem like, well, my $1 or $5, but if everybody had that mindset, there wouldn't be any. If everybody had the mindset of, yeah, I could blow $1 to $5 a month to help the industry. If we're going to talk about it here, I promise you it's going to be money well spent. I am never going to get behind something that is going to be wasted dollars or just go to pad somebody's pockets. That's kind of why I'm so interested in the conversations that are being had now, because it is going to be something where their businesses are going to be paying a lot of money to make it happen. The businesses that are going to be involved are going to be paying a lot of money to make it happen. And it's going to be transparent, because the businesses that are going to be paying a lot of money to make it happen don't really have the extra money to be throwing at stuff that's worthless.
Right.
So it will have to be transparent and used for the right thing. But the beauty is that the businesses, and only the businesses, are going to have the power to determine where that money goes. That's why it's huge. Before, it hasn't always been like that. So when you guys hear me start name dropping an industry or some organization very soon, heed that, because it's going to be what I think will probably be our last shot at unifying as an industry. So,
well,
get ready for it, because
I think if we give people a direction to go,
yeah,
I think they will.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else. I want us all to have a phenomenal week. Hopefully when you're watching this, it's not rainy and cold and dreary outside, but the forecast, it may even tornado-y. Yum. Gotta love that in March.
Welcome to spring.
Yeah, baby. All right, well, Shane Afromandizi. I don't really know where that came from. I almost said aphrodisiac.
That's all I got, big dog. I am Shane Davis.
And I am Brandon Fountain, and we are the Control Burn. And we
out.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye.